Hello everyone and welcome to Dearcraft. This is a channel about efficiency and conserving resources, but most importantly, efficiency. And today, we're gonna look at this minecart item sorter. It is originally designed by Mumbo. I will first break down how it works and make some minor improvements. A big overhaul is coming next week. And just one complaint, why would anyone design something like an item sorter in this world? I mean, look at this. It's messed up all around. If you would like to learn how to build an iron super flat world like this one, please leave a comment down below. I have color-coded the minecart lines as follows. The light blue lines are for the return and prepping of the minecarts. The lime green wall is for the unloading of the minecarts. The magenta wall is for sorting the minecarts, and finally the yellow wall is for loading the minecarts. So now let us look at this integrated minecart prepping and loading system. The minecart comes back down this light blue line from here, and as it passes this double check, it picks up exactly 5 wooden shovels, or as Mumbo calls them,
spoons.
And the minecart will pass over this hopper, which extracts exactly 1
spoons
and return it to this chest with this drop elevator. Finally, the minecart ends up at the loading station with exactly 3 wooden shovels and 59 wool. We will get to why it is 59 in a sec. Now, the circuit on this side determines when to launch the minecart. Over here is a hopper that has 3 shovels and 59 filler items. Here, this comparator is in subtract mode, and this here is an observer. So when the minecart gets filled with at least 1 item, this comparator turns on, and that's detected by this observer, which sends a redstone pulse through this repeater to that, and deactivates this redstone block, which retracts the piston, and that unblocks the minecart and launches it off. If we look at the Minecraft wiki for comparators, we see that containers with total slots of 5 have a critical value at 3 stacks 60 items, right here. Why is it 3 stacks 60 instead of 4 stacks exactly? It's because Mojang is lazy. Allow me to explain with a bit of mathematics. 64 times 5 divided by 15 is 21.333, and 3 stacks 60 is 3 times 64 plus 60, which is 252, and 252 is exactly 21 times 12. Why did I divide by 21 and not 21.333? Well, it's because integers in programming round down, so we end up with these weird values instead of whole stacks. So that is all for the prepping and loading unit. This chest acts as a buffer, and that piston acts as the gate. Now we will move on to a single unit of the sorting and unloading system. So let us start first with the sorting system, color-coded in magenta. The loaded minecart comes along this rail, and when it passes under this chest, if it has an item you want to sort, like this note block, it pulls it out, and the comparator detects that and reduces the redstone signal to 1, which activates this redstone torch, and that turns this rail around. If I put this back in, we can see that this rail turns the other way, which will allow the minecart to pass straight through. This chest, as you can see, is also configured to a tipping point, so that even 1 item change will result in a redstone strength change by the comparator. So let us suppose the minecart pulled this out and is now entering the unloading unit. First, that item it pulled from the chest is pulled by this hopper, and it is transferred into this dropper elevator. Now this dropper elevator is a new design I have not seen anywhere else. when there is an item entering, this repeater changes state, which is observed by this observer down here, and it powers this node block, which also changes state. That change is detected by this observer, which sends a pulse to this dropper and then to this dropper, so the item travels up to the third dropper. Now at the same time, the comparator will power off, and that one is observed by this observer, which powers this dropper. And finally, the item ends up in this hopper, which transfers it back to the chest. For example, if I put this node block in, you can see that it disappears, and there's 2 clicks, and it ends up back in this chest. So now comes the slowest part of the whole sorting system. After the minecart enters, it will be stopped here by this block, and if you recall from my last video, it will be stuck in a high position, which means that if you put an extra hopper here, the minecart will not be unloaded by that hopper. So the items slowly drip drop into this hopper right here, and it is a stackable item. It will be transferred away. However, this comparator detects if there is an unstackable, like a wooden shovel, and if there is, it will activate this hopper to pour that item out. At the same time, because there is a big item, we know that all the stackable items in the minecart has been unloaded, so we can send it away, which is done by deactivating this redstone torch and retracting the piston. And that is how Mumbo's item sorter works. Now, let's look at some micro improvements that we can do. So here it is, Mumbo's improved item sorter. And I gotta say, it feels really comfortable being back in a iron block super flat world. For starters, I have not changed a thing about how these unloading systems work. And these peripherals I will explain in the overhaul video, which is due next week. So this is a single sorter unloader unit I just built. And as you can see, it has quite a few changes. First of all, there are no redstone blocks anywhere. The rails are instead powered by levers. In fact, this middle lever can power 2 of the rails on each side. So that entire unit has only 6 of these center levers. The second change is that the sticky piston and the block is gone, replaced by this fence gate. One detail I didn't mention in my last minecart unloader video is that fence gates release minecarts on a low position in a single tick, which means it also works with observers, a key to the overhaul. And this might seem a bit overkill on saving resources, but in hopper lines like this one, you can save material by using barrels instead of hoppers at these corners. So this hopper will push items into this barrel as usual, and then this bottom hopper will draw items out and push it into this barrel. And then the hopper here will further draw items out and push it into the line. If you know your recipes well, a barrel costs only half a chest, and a hopper is a chest plus 5 iron ingots. So a barrel is way cheaper than a hopper. And one final question. Does this system work faster than the original? Sadly, it doesn't. Next week, I will be presenting my overhaul system, which will be 2 times as efficient, with only slight changes. And that's it for today's video. If you found this video interesting, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.